Hi, it's Kate Northrup, and lately I've been really interested in how do the most successful female entrepreneurs I know do it behind the scenes? Like, how do they create success sustainably, or sustainable success, which to me means how do they grow a business in a way that they could imagine doing for years to come with higher productivity, higher profits, and less stress. So today I want to introduce you to my friend Ariel Frey, who is a business coach who's actually about to become a mother. But what's so interesting about Ariel is during her pregnancy, she's learned some really important lessons about sustainability in growing her business, kind of on the verge of motherhood. So I think you're going to really love getting to know her, and we will let Ariel take it away.
I'm Ariel Frey, and I am a business and success coach for new and aspiring female entrepreneurs who want to create more freedom and a fulfilling life. I'm 36 weeks pregnant, and this is my very first baby. For me, I don't really have a specific ritual or practice for tuning into my intuition. I think it's kind of something that I do on an ongoing basis where I always have to remind myself that the best answers do come from my intuition. And I'm always trying to shift my mindset to think about, what would you have me do? Like, what would source have me do? Or what would my intuition have me do to serve the most people? But I think that it's an ongoing thing that you have to do to shift your mindset to think about that, because most of us haven't been taught to do that at all. And so, for me, it's only something I started doing a few years ago, and I still have to remind myself on a daily basis to do it. I was actually working as a server in the restaurant industry and had been in that industry for 11 years. And I think we all have breaking points or come to Jesus moments or whatever you want to call them. And for me, there were a couple. I was really stressed out about money, and I was working as a server, and I just felt really unfulfilled and how am I ever going to get out of this? And that was kind of the space that I was in. All I wanted to be doing was making an impact, and I felt like, why is this happening to me? But instead of taking that on and saying, okay, why is this happening to me? I said, what can I do with this? It took a little while. It wasn't instant or anything, but I said, what can I do with this? And I said, I'm no longer available to be in this situation. And that's when that was my turning point. A week before I was supposed to have the last shift, and I didn't have any idea how I was going to actually make any money, but I was already I had already started my business, but I just really held the faith that I was going to make it happen. And I kept tuning in and asking myself, what else can I do to make this happen? Show me what I need to do. Show me how I can serve. Show me how I can reach people. And I just kept doing whatever it was that came to me in those moments. And I was so excited about what I was going for that it really helped me to tune in even more. And from there, I actually I enrolled 4 new clients. And then at the very last minute, 2 days before I was supposed to have that last shift that I ended up giving up and did not have, I enrolled 2 more clients. And so the total for that month, I didn't even know that numbers like this existed, but the total for that month was $23,400 in sales, which was just it sounds crazy to me now, to think about that. I went from literally being a server and just a few months later having sales that were that big, and those numbers didn't even exist to me. And I say that that's all really because of tuning into my intuition and continuing to ask, how can I serve and how can I reach people and how can I meet these goals, and tuning into that wisdom that's already there. I was doing a launch. It was my very first group program launch that was going to be a live group program, and I'd never done it before. And I did kind of the same thing where I was asking myself, what else can I do to reach people, and ended up having a $70,000 launch, which was, again, super substantial and something I never thought would be possible. And that was all, I think, in part to continuing to tune in and access my intuition and shift my mindset to believing that what I wanted was already on its way. So I think that intuition has really helped me to move through the fear of failing so much, because I think that that's so common. And for me, it was, there's two parts to that fear of failing. There's that first part, which is like, oh my gosh, if I fail, then I'm not enough. And then, and it's like this fear of not being loved, like by myself or by other people. And then I think there's the fear of judgment, which again is the fear of not being enough. And so it really helped me to move through both of those things, because I knew that when I tuned into my higher self, that there wasn't really a way that I could fail. And that even if something felt like it was failing or it didn't work, that there was always another solution. That life is always working for me, it's always working for you, it's always working for everybody, and that the goal is to figure out what you can do with it, or to decide what you can do with whatever that piece of failure is. I hope you don't mind me sharing a story, but one of the things that's true is that I never thought that I was going to have a baby at 25 years old, and I was really upset about it. And I just really thought that there was no way for me to go for my dream while having a baby. And I remembered after 5 months of being pretty angry about it, that I had asked my intuition and source and my higher self for more meaning in my life. And that was why this was happening. It was happening for me to help me with that thing, to help me find more meaning, to help me find more patience, to help me to grow. I really think she's here to actually teach me as opposed to the other way around. And I wouldn't have gotten to that conclusion without tuning in and hearing that message. Focusing on, what does my body need right now? And if I need to take a bath at 11 a.m., then I go and I do that, and that's okay, and I'm okay with that. Because I know that when I fill myself up, then I can give on greater levels. And I think that's true, with my business or with my husband or to my house or any of that kind of thing, that I have to really make sure that I'm always filling myself up so that I have more to give, and not even just filling myself up by like taking a bath or going for a walk, but remembering to learn the lessons and to see why things are happening, or to at least pull lessons from those things that are happening so that I can grow more, so that I have more to give.